Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Sheikh Aboudur and Shera team, in particular, Najla Admitfa, from coming up with this fantastic vision, and more importantly, for her drive and determination in making it a reality. Such an initiative is needed, so needed today in our times where we are transitioning and where so many problems arise and where entrepreneurs are at the forefront of driving the change and bringing the innovation that we need to improve people's lives and to make the world a better place. So it's critical, and thank you. You know, when you think of it, what is beautiful with the UCAN initiative around, feed the people and heal the people and heal the world is we are realizing today that do good and do well can go together. And actually, if you look at the greatest success in entrepreneurship over the past 20 years, even if you think of the likes of Facebook, for instance, that ultimately was addressing the issue of social engagement and connecting people with one another. That's why it was such a success. If you think of Tesla, for instance, today, Tesla and the initiative of Elon Musk has a bigger market capitalization than General Motors, but they sell 10 times less cars. Why? It's because people care. People care about environment. People care about cars that are going to be in line with a better world. So making a difference, doing good and doing well will go more and more together. So how do we support those entrepreneurs, those change makers, whether social entrepreneurs or business entrepreneurs? The reality today is that we need hundreds of millions of them so that each of them can trigger this incremental change and or work together for a bigger, significant shift. The question, when you look at the state of the world today, is that intelligence and talent are evenly distributed around the planet, regardless of geography, regardless of religion, and regardless of place at birth. Now, how do I give a chance to somebody in the middle of nowhere in Africa or in the Middle East who has a brilliant idea but did not have the exposure or was not born next to the Silicon Valley? And I salute Shera for this great uh, initiative, in the sense that it's a beautiful ecosystem that has been put in place here in the Emirate, and that is among the leading ecosystem in the world. Now, where next? How do we solve the problem of those entrepreneurs? How do we solve the problems of those who cannot make it, to the right, epicenters of entrepreneurship around the world and who want to succeed from home? That's where I believe the future of entrepreneurship that will address access to capital, access to skills, access to market will come through technology. And when I say technology, I'm also thinking about the combination of artificial intelligence, blockchain, and Internet of Things. Why? Think of this, right? So you have a great idea. Let's say you're building new machine in robotics, right? And you're looking for actual investors or people who have the skills to support you, etc. Now, of course, you have crowdfunding, but crowdfunding is limited, right? In the sense that it's still very accessible to a small group of people. But how do I get the broader scale of the population, the man on the street, the Joe Blog, to actually support my project? You think of it, there is 5 billion mobile phones. What if, people in this mobile phone community could check your project on their phone, right? And ultimately say, I like it, here is $100, right? What if people think of your project and say, actually, I can help him. I get in touch with you. So let me explain how that could work, right? In a platform. And we've started doing some work around that with Ubuntu Tribe and the UTribe One platform. Now, ultimately, you have an idea. You don't have the funds. You can go on a platform, right? And you don't know any web developer to create a website for you. You could load your profile, explain your idea, have a software that helps you from your phone or on your laptop, put your business plan together and make it available for people to fund. Now, you're going to tell me the main challenge for people to fund your project is they don't know you and they don't know what you're going to be doing with the money. How do you address that? Very simple. Ultimately, today, with digital payments and blockchain in particular, I can send you funds and program those funds to say it can only be disbursed or spent if you have met a certain number of criteria. First, maybe you've completed your business plan or maybe have your first contract. Until then, the funds don't move. That's the beauty of digital. Now, the other thing also is that once you've used the funds, what if you run with the money? That's also one of the key challenges while people are not comfortable funding. But that's why blockchain also comes into play, is that because those funds are programmable, let's say for your robotics company, you need spare parts, right? So then you use the digital funds and to pay for those parts, and there is a real-time reporting as to how you're using the money, and your partners, investors, and stakeholders can see real-time without waiting for your yearly report or your quarterly report. And your accounting also gets done real-time. And now for the device that you've bought, with those funds or the spare parts or the equipment, then you have RFID that could track with Internet of Things where this equipment is. Is it really in the warehouse? Is it being used somewhere? That's where a combination of advanced technology can really help you. Now, the one challenge around it is people still maybe not comfortable, going to their own circle to say, okay, I need $10,000, etc., or 20,000. Because it's a lot of money for people. But the beauty about decentralized finance, because that's really what we're talking about, is that 1,000 people can give you $100. It's not a big risk for them because they like your project. They send you $100 program, a digital dollar on your phone or anything else from their phone, and then you receive it, and then you have a whole community supporting you. And guess what? Within that community, who have supported and put $100 each. Maybe one person can coach you. They don't necessarily want to take the risk to start a business, but they'll have a bit of share and they'll help you. Maybe another person can give you access to some customers. That's the power of community. And then you use this community-based development model based on decentralized finance and leveraging on those new technologies to give a chance to every entrepreneur who has talent. And you also use the community to keep you in check. Because now you have, let's say 1,000 people watching you, helping you, supporting you. Now you have a new family, your own tribe that conspire for your own success. And as you progress, as you grow, you can raise more funds and you can also attract more skills because you're part of those platforms and those communities. That's a major game changer. And I believe in the coming years, that's what will really bring a significant change. And, when you think of it, if you feel you're not progressing enough or you're not gone far or fast enough, just know as an entrepreneur that you are a million miles ahead of everyone else who are either criticizing or not doing anything. So keep the fire burning because without you, the world will not change. And keep innovating. We count on you. And it's exceptional to have entrepreneurs today, and we have a responsibility to give them everything they need to build the new earth, the new world we want to build. Thank you so much.